So, recap. After knocking out Yannel's doctor and stealing them away back to the mansion, you guys all decide that the circus will be a well-needed respite from the shit that's been slung your way since coming back to the surface after your events in the Underdark only a few days ago. If you recall, you had a very devastating wake where a lot of mistakes were made. And in response to that, Yannel went off to reconnect with one of their church members who you guys found out through this meeting and following them that they were hurting themselves, and that was an absolute no. Hence the knocking out of the doctor.
Yeah,
Oren,
doctor.
Indeed. Oren and Roland reunite with an old friend to try and get themselves and their troupe back on their feet and score themselves some tickets to the circus. Elwyn and Ellie head off to finish up a few errands before goofing off for the afternoon in the circus. Ellie, you stop by the coinery, picking out some money that your father sent to you, only to find that someone else has helped themselves to something in your vault. You interrogate a couple of the guards, figuring out what's happened here. They will both decide that, yes, a more thorough background checks would be helpful. But what it apparently has been stolen from your vault is a key. A key to what? It remains to be seen. While you guys are investigating, when you caught sight of a few familiar faces across the room, finding Zarina and Bo in the coinery. Zarina, the princess. They're both hot. Zarina, the princess of the Maasai, and Bo, your husband's partner in the city guard, which he was a part of when he was alive. You see Zarina approaching you and think very fast on your feet. And she expresses her concern, considering university is in session and you are not in erasure. You manage to fool them into thinking that you're on a research trip with Ellie, for which you'll need to provide your working later.
I don't go to that university.
I don't go to that university. You manage to trick them for now. We'll see how long that lasts. And take them with you to meet the others at the circus.
Luckily, Zarina's not the bright sibling.
No, the bright sibling is also beautiful. Luckily, he is in a relationship, man. So don't worry, everyone. I won't taunt you with his
seen the art of Sean?
sensual wiles.
I'll send it. I have it.
I'll just keep speaking so that we can get through this bit. At the house, Yannel is high as a kite thanks to some chill-out drugs that Valis and Valis's father, a man who was a Taushiri-looking man named Jural, gave them. Valis and Yannel have a conversation with Jural, who promises not to tell anyone where they are, but warns them people are looking because it is revealed that they absconded away from the Maasai.
You need to send it.
I will. Absconded away from the Maasai, leaving the Yannel's seat, Yannel's throne, unattended. You all reunite at the circus, where Zarina is clearly disapproving of Valis and Yannel's absconding from the Maasai, but is also then shocked to find out they're apparently engaged. So. What happens next? There is some back and forth between Valis and Yannel. Yannel is upset that Valis has told them to see other people and then turned around and said, "We're engaged." You can see there is some confusion, where the confusion might come from. He says it is just to keep them safe, but Yannel is clearly annoyed. You guys all take some time to enjoy the circus. You drink some strange drinks, which turn your tongues all blue. Some of you gain a flying speed, very briefly. You shoot up some goblins, earning some tokens, and you all take a ride on the swan gondolas to blow off some steam. Erwin, Bo sticks to you like glue, concerned about your well-being, especially once you enter a specific divination tent and reveal that you are trying, for better or for worse, to bring Callan back from the dead. Valis, you narrowly escape a walloping from Zarina, jumping off the swan boat, and she storms off saying, "I don't want to see your face again." After interrogating you about why you left the Maasai. And you guys all eventually make your way to the divination tent following Erwin, where you meet the diviner, a man named Xavier, who has a shit-talking magpie called Kevin as his sidekick, who is now yours. Yes, sure.
Mine now.
He's now the mascot. He says that Oran has an immense amount of divination magic and asks them to keep their distance. He reads a false reading for Yanel on Valas's behest, but then a more honest one saying that they are on the right path. For Ellie, he sees something peculiar, a clash between science and faith, which leads to fire and blood, and beyond that, stars. Valas sees a golden-eyed man lying at his feet and begging for forgiveness, wearing his very same face. You see this vision taking place in a building made of bones and sorrows, whatever that means, at a great feast. He mentions one other detail, which I think is worth reminding you all of, that at this feast there is a body on the table. It's been cooked on a spit, butchered and served with gooseberry sauce and red wine. Who will know what it all means until the future comes to pass? But as things stand...
I don't want to eat people, Emma.
Well, some people don't get a choice.
Okay.
In this game, which is about
body?
This is in a vision. Don't worry.
Oh,
you guys aren't
okay.
seeing any bodies at the moment.
What? When did this happen?
Erwin's like, oh my god, it's so vivid. I can see it right now.
Also, my brain is stuck on Bo. Does he look like a Viking? Is he giving Viking? Because what I've got is blonde.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
he's very Viking-esque.
I'm imagining like a shorter haired Alucard.
Yes.
Oh, you can't do this to me.
Can't do
Mm.
I can't do this to me.
I'm doing it on purpose, and I'm not helping.
No, it's true. I am doing it on purpose.
Oh no, I have to draw them all. I need to draw Zarina as well.
Hot.
Hot
Yeah.
body.
H-O-T-T-O-G.
There is a character in Vikings who really looks like a femme version of who I'm imagining, because I find it very hard to find men attractive. I'm sorry, but Lagertha from Vikings is like a good femme kind of version of this character. So do with that information whatever you like. But she's also very Zarina, so it's hard to put a word on it. Zarina is like ultimate warrior woman, white hair, glistening, at perfect, strong like figure. Bo is a little bit more down to earth, a bit more Halcyon-esque in his like kind of like appearance, a little bit more earthy. But you can tell he has a really great hair care routine.
How will I choose?
Well, look, I can't make that decision for you, babes. Can't make any decision. And also, you still have a true love somewhere out there, for better or for worse. Who, if you remember, when you asked, "Will I be able to bring him back?" That was what Xavier said. For better or for worse, you will be able to meet him again. Whatever Erwin wants to do with that information, it's completely up to you. As with all things in this world. So, the previous game led to a couple of revelations. For everyone, you are forced to reckon with the fact that Yanel's taken a dark turn, that Zarina is angry at your abandonment of her family and the country. Valas.
She says abandonment, I say self-care.
Indeed. Confused, Erwin, by your motivations. Ellie, someone's meddling with you. Someone who can write in your hand. Curious. And Oren still has all of their usual divination problems to figure out, and the fact that Colin is underground somewhere. But for now, you guys all leave the divination tent. Valis Kevin is like rustling on your shoulder. Back off. Back off. Gods. Swearing under his breath.
I want to poke Kevin.
Is that a cat? I thought I heard purring. Oh, maybe not. Never mind. You poke Kevin. And he tries to nip your finger. What's your armor class?
My armor class?
Natural 20.
Oh.
Never mind.
2 HP.
Really?
Yeah, he got a 1 on the D4.
Val's like, oi!
Your finger kind of bleeding. He's like,
What's your problem?
Mate.
What's your problem?
I have no problem.
You can respond.
Yeah. When I wanna.
When you wanna.
When I draw blood.
Val's like sticks his finger in his mouth and keeps walking. That seems like a really worrying development to have with my new best pal in the world, he says loudly for Yanaltia.
Yanel's just sort of stomping, like, I don't know if I like divination.
Well, you all seem really dour and unhappy.
We
Do
can
those
go on.
words mean the same thing?
Sorry?
Do those words mean the same thing?
Yanel says, pretty much.
So, who wants to play some more circus games?
There are plenty more circus games to play.
Hell yeah.
You guys, hell yeah. Ellie, one that probably catches your eye is Great Weapon Master. Hit a mallet on a big bell as hard as you can and make it go as high as possible if you'd like to.
Hell yes.
There is let me think of an unusual race. There's a bugbear. It's with some big burly arms. He says, "Face me," and that's all he says. Face me.
Because one every line.
Yeah.
They didn't record more than that.
Yeah, they really they were really strapped for cash in the studio that day.
We're not married.
We're not Larry, and I've only got a few character voices. I got to save them for it counts. And if you hang on, somebody actually does run this game, and their name. I have all the NPCs listed here. Great Weapon Master. From behind him, wait, no, actually, I'm going to keep this. Face me, says the bugbear woman named Iaria. She goes by he and she pronouns, apparently. You approach, and he says, "Who is bold enough to take on the challenge?" Passes a mallet over to you, Ellie. And you all know that collecting tokens is an interesting and key part of this event. So if you want to, you can
Go,
collect one
Ellie.
from here.
Ellie, get us the token.
Yeah, Ellie, go.
Ellie is all for anything that is, active.
Whack-a-mole.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, right. So
What
you're
should I
going
roll?
to do me a favor. You're going to roll a so you're going to roll an melee attack, and you're allowed to add, if you're not proficient with great weapons, just for this one hit, you're allowed to add your proficiency bonus. If you are proficient in great weapons, good for you.
I am not proficient. I am proficient. Oh, actually, no, I am proficient with martial weapons. So yeah.
Slay. Yes,
Does that
you
mean
can do
you're
it.
proficient with great weapons?
Great Weapon Master is like what do you call it? The feat. Martial weapons is like the big boys, I'm pretty sure.
I believe
Like
so.
great sword.
I've got martial weapons and simple weapons.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, you could do it.
And Val's like, no, I'm sitting this one out.
Send this one out. Right, Ellie. Hit him. The bugbear starts laughing too. As you looking back, arms, muscles flexing, slam down. Let me guess, Aelin, is it maybe something pretty high?
Let me just actually send it to the chat.
I know what this is already. They don't even have France.
Which chat does this go to?
WhatsApp. Natural 20. That's exactly what I was expecting. Right. You split the end of this mallet in half. The bell rises right up the apparatus and bursts out the top, and it just goes.
You definitely just killed someone.
Out of sight. As you say that, you just hear ah! And a few jingle bells in the background because it's probably a carny. But the bugbear looks, ha! You faced me! And unhooks from their pocket a token that you can hook upon your bracelet.
Thank you.
You can count that towards your tokens for the night. Make sure everyone's keeping track of how many they have. You got one from the diviner.
I have one.
You got one from the diviner.
One.
Anyone who did shoot a goblin got one.
I stole one.
And you would get one from the gondola swans.
Oh, sick! I got 3.
I have one.
Great.
Yeah,
No.
I was suggested Erwin do the strength test, but then Ellie broke it, so he's like, "Oh, you don't get to show off your strength." Then he wobbles your arm.
Leans in just to explain the joke. Wizards are notoriously weak.
Yes, I understood that. Thank you.
Oh God, sorry. I just thought.
Well, we're stronger in other areas, so.
It looks like there are other games where wizards might be able to have a bit more of a shot at winning things.
Those sound like brain power games.
Well, brain power games. You guys look around, and actually, sort of hammered into the ground is a map of the different games that are available, which include, other than Shoot the Goblin, you also see a talent show, which is being run by, who is it? Talent show. And a pie eating contest. A oriental short-haired tabaxi named Rosario, who is painted in a caricaturesque way with massive eyes next to the talent show tent. Yes, and then there's the pie eating contest, which, interestingly, you guys might be curious to know this, written beside the pie eating contest is the name Yosef, with a kind of caricaturish picture of a red-haired man, but it's been crossed out, and Derek has been written in there instead. If you remember, he was keen to take over because Yosef hasn't turned up for work for a few days. So those are your options. What would you like to do? Talent show, pie eating contest? Neither. There's also the big tent and a ride called the Mystery Mines with Face Your Fears written underneath it.
I think if Erwin wants to go into the talent contest, what would she do?
You can do anything, literally. If you guys start walking in that direction, I assume if Erwin wants to go, Bo would say, well, we can have a little fun. I'm definitely not freaking out about the fact that the regent is here and Zarina is gone somewhere.
What's your talent, Bo?
Me?
Striptease.
Oh, I could never. My talent.
I'm sure you certainly could.
Wow.
Valis gives Ellie a high five.
He blushes. My talent, it's probably something. I mean, I play the lyre.
No.
Okay, never mind. Thought that might be a crowd pleaser. I was incorrect.
Well, no, I do quite like to sing. If you wouldn't mind playing with me,
We could enter the contest. I'm more than happy to.
You guys are making teams?
Well, if we're going to win, it seems only right.
Valis grabs Ellie and Unel. We're a team.
What's our talent?
yes,
Guys?
what is your talent?
You don't get to know because you're our competition. Go over there.
I can't do my talent on stage.
You can't do your talent on stage. Fine. Ellie, do you want to be in this talent show or not?
No, I want to watch y'all do the talent show.
Fine. He pushes Ellie over to Orad and turns back to you now. It's you and me.
I can turn into things.
Is that it?
I can perform magic, healing magic.
He pushes you.
I can put my whole fist in my mouth.
And he's like, I will perform against you guys myself.
What are you going to do?
You don't know because you're not in my team.
Valis, you're not allowed to do a striptease.
I'm not going to do a striptease.
You promise?
Promise.
We could do target practice. I could lob things in the air and you could shoot them.
That's better than my idea. Ellie, we're a team again.
Sick. Okay. Right. You guys head over to the talent show area. Let me just load up my page.
And we'll never know what Alice's idea was.
I'm really glad, I think, for that. Let's put on some carnival music.
Send me the music.
Oh, didn't you find a really good one, Abby?
Carnival music.
It's the fortune teller's one that Abby sent that's really good.
Oh yeah, good. Shut up, I can't hear it.
When I turned up, they said they could hear it. So,
Do.
do you want me to search?
Oh, I just can't hear it at all, but that's okay.
I can search. Hold on.
If you guys want to, that's up to you.
D&D Carnival Ambiance.
I'm going back in the chat and I'm just seeing so many clowns.
Which like?
Yes, that would work, definitely.
Let me check if it's good and I'll send it to you guys. That sounds pretty good.
Oh, this one's cute.
Let's do this one then.
Yeah, sick.
I'll also drop this one if you want the bit for the big tent later.
Bro. Okay. Oh, that's actually the art I was going to post of the carnival, and I just haven't done it. Okay, so you guys head through, and the circus is getting pretty packed now. Before it was busy, but as it rolls from 8 p.m. to 9, the kids start going away, the adults coming out. It becomes a bit more lively, a little bit more unhinged. People are walking around with flagons of sparkling, and when I say sparkling, I mean like glitter and little fireworks coming off them, alcoholic beverages. Everyone's got like a little wooden boat of like hot dogs, chips, other carnival food, candy floss. Yunel snags 2 big cones of a bright pink floss and just starts like inhaling it all. Valis, you see they've got like a ghost pepper fried chicken, like the hottest fried chicken in the world, served by, of course, a red dragonborn.
I get enough for everyone.
There are extra fresh chilies on the side, should you want them. When the dragonborn sees you, Ellie, he goes, "Hey," and gives you a discount. Scaly's got to stick together. Anybody wants to eat some food, it all costs 2 copper pieces. And you can mark that down as you'd like to. If you want to know what food is available, I'll tell you. Anyway, so as you all carry on, you see Roland and Oran peel off to take part in the pie eating competition. Whereas you guys all head out to the talent show. The talent show is a smaller stage. This is going to sound unnerving, but it's the only thing I could think of that describes it. You remember the scene in It, in the first film, where he like comes out of like a really ramshackle looking stage, which looks kind of freaky. It's got a little bit of a weird vibe. The stage itself looks like it's been built up out of scrap furniture. So there's an old piano holding up one end of the stage. Every chair that makes up the pews for the audience is mismatched. And the curtains, which are a long kind of velvet red, which look like one long piece of fabric on either side of the stage initially, are actually made up of tiny squares of lots of different red velvets, if you look closer. And they've all been sewn together. There are a few spotlights made from, obviously, fairy lights. There's like a fairy fire, which is captured in these jars, being maneuvered by 2 little pixies who fly up by the roof of the stage. And the crowd is starting to gather in here as you see a few people bowing on the stage to raucous applause and then moving off, revealing a short, but about 4 foot tall, oriental short-haired tabaxi. They have silvery, kind of like beige, a fawn color fur, massive yellow eyes, massive ears, and they are wearing a I have a picture of them.
I didn't know that's behind the door.
Oh, why is he there?
I don't know.
Is he okay?
Do you want to check?
I'm just going to check that Lala's okay.
Well, we just found a spot to sit.
No, I know, but I don't want him to be there by himself.
Hi. No, he's just found a spot to sit. He's happy.
Okay, he's happy then.
He's a happy boy.
Sorry, I just get nervous about my baby. Let me find
Sorry,
you.
Mum's called me.
Don't worry, it's all good.
I've tried to hear what you're saying, but it's hard to.
Don't worry, that's fine. Basically, you're at a very bizarre-looking stage with a large group of people. Oren and Roland have broken off, and you see that this area is run by an Oriental short-haired tabaxi, who looks like this. Upload file. Let me just.
We put it in the chat.
Oriental looking what?
Oriental short hair tabaxi.
Oh, short
Oriental
hair.
short hair is a cat.
I was like, why would you say like an Oriental was for a person? I was like, we don't say that anymore.
No. I did a whole module on this at uni. I would not do that. The name of don't worry. This is a safe space.
It's all right. I definitely misheard that. Ay.
Yeah, let me make it bigger and screenshot it.
Natural 20. I just saw that 20.
Sorry guys, this might not be the best quality of image, but for some reason it wasn't posting and I want you to see the image in its full glory.
What colour is Zarina's skin?
Zarina has a kind of honey coloured, not white, because one of her dads is PAC. But
one of her dads is also albino.
One of her dads is also albino, so it's an in-between. Ignore the name. I just took this art from Pinterest, so I thought it was very cool. But that's vaguely what they look like.
That's so cool.
Tabaxi. So,
let
me just close this. There we go. Anyway, the previous contestants, all of whom look a little bit sad, as if you'd get the impression maybe the talent show didn't go so great for them, slowly kind of like drag themselves off stage. There's someone in an ostentatious acrobatics leotard. There's someone who's badly singed around their mouth. You get the impression that maybe they were a fire eater gone wrong. And there is someone there who's wearing full mime makeup and crying quietly. The three of them make their way off stage, and Rosario says, "Alas, another round of unfortunates who did not impress the crowd. But those who may succeed in winning your hearts, I think I see them approaching now." And he kind of like runs his paw across the crowd as if to caress you all from the stage. And he says, "Look here." Sorry.
I love their voice so much.
Look here. And you three approach. And you know what? Yunel's like, do it too. Yunel also approaches.
Be there too.
Yeah, the four of you approach. Volunteers for the show.
We're different teams, just to make it clear.
But of course, maximum of 2s, my friends. Come now. Who amongst you will come first?
Huh.
Yunel thumps you on the side.
Ow.
Yunel says, "I'll go." And he says, "Bold. For someone with eyes so naive, come forth. Show me what your talent is. Show us all." And he announces, whispers their name and says, Rosario says, "I present to you all now, Yoon, the shapeshifter." And bows and is like, "Hello."
That's cheating.
They look over at Rosario and say, "Turn around." And Rosario says, "Oh, who makes such demands of Rosario?" "Me. Go, turn around." And Rosario does, as Yunel suggests. And after getting a good look, clears their throat, and you see their features shift and morph to mimic those exactly of the Oriental short-haired tabaxi Rosario, except they are now wearing he is now wearing all black kind of like clerical dress, which like Yanel was wearing before. And there is a ooh and an ah from the crowd. And Rosario says, perfection. To see it mimicked back to me. Oh, how scrumptious. But we have seen your like before. Those who use magic to change their appearance are few, but not far between. The Oriental Shorthair Tabaxi? Summoned. Are few, but not far between.
Oh, look at him.
He's so funny. And he approaches Yanel and says, to truly impress me, you must not only mimic my appearance, but also my actions. And he scatters like a cat running along the side with his tail bottle brush and his back all arched across the stage. And Yanel jumps and stumbles and tries to catch himself, but unfortunately falls onto their ass before scrambling up and tries to mimic him. And he says, Rosario accepts only one thing on this stage. Perfection. Those who make one error lose entirely. You have been a great intrigue to me, but we must move on. Allow the others to show their talents, and at the end, the audience will decide who has caught their eye. Who amongst you is a star? Who's next?
I want to go last because we should go out.
We've all just been looking for cat gifts.
I love that we have same energy, same brainwave.
That's so good.
I love it. We're both occupied with looking for the right gift.
That's exactly what he was doing. Both of you are correct. 100%, especially the first one. So right. The first one is Rosario. The second one is Yanel trying to copy him, and it just wasn't right.
Valis doesn't want to go yet.
Okay, Valis doesn't want to go yet. Erwin, do you want to go? Or would you like to wait for someone else?
Someone else? Is there someone else to go?
There could be other people. If you would prefer to wait, you can.
Seize your moment.
Is that Valis saying that? Bo, what do you think? Do you want to go next?
Bo is like,
striptease. He wakes it though.
Of course, Valis Miller. Right. He will step onto the stage and hold out a hand for you, Erwin.
Takes it.
And you two approach, and Rosario says, what gorgeous individuals. Now, tell me, darlings, what is your talent? And what will you be doing for the crowd today? And Bo says, I will be playing the lyre with my my dear friend here.
Take your shirt off.
Right, that's going to happen only if the audience says that we've succeeded in winning their hearts. Isn't that right, Erwin?
And I'm going to sing. she says just kind of like, yeah.
What's happening?
Rosario says, yes, I must caution against nudity. This is a family-friendly show.
That was right.
And I shall sing.
It's only 9:25, so Valis, you may be fine.
I'm just gonna wait for the attack.
And you guys can take your place. Now, what you would be doing for me is a performance check. And I'd also love to know what genre of song you are singing. And if you have an idea of what it's about, you can tell me if it's a love song, if it's something else.
You singing love songs in my
A folk song.
lounge.
A witchy song. An old song. A new song. Who knows?
The first thing that pops into my head is bloody Alfira's song.
Oh my god! Yeah.
The stars tonight.
What's it called?
Oh
my God.
They'll fade away.
It's cool.
My dear old friend.
Oh, because you actually sang, I'm going to give you advantage on your performance check. I think that's really nice.
It's called Weeping Dawn. She does sing it about an her dead mentor. A mentor that
I found it. We can just listen to a little bit of it. So as you play with bow strumming on the lyre, you must have done a little practice beforehand. And your voice kind of carries over the crowds, who all kind of go quiet as you start to sing. Bow slowly strumming over the lyre, and the crowd hushes down. Rosario even quietens, though usually he's purring a little bit and making like the noises of fanfare that an MC usually makes. But there is nothing to interrupt your serenade. Make me a performance check.
Yeah, me too. My Alfira coloured dice. It's very purpley, pinky.
I will turn this off, so it won't be the whole time transmitting. But
upon the stars tonight. Right.
You can do advantage, so roll twice, take the higher.
Yeah, performance. Where are you, boy? So that was a 12, and
it's such a
be. Why can't I math? It's only 2. Well, oh my god, I'm done. 20, 12 or 20. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, amazing.
So I'm listening to the song. I found the lyrics now.
Yeah, they're so beautiful.
Oh, remind me of your grace.
So good. Okay. With a 20, there is a hush over the crowds, and then as your song comes to an end, brava! Brava! And Rosario leads the crowd as they applaud you, and he passes you a token and says, even if you do not win this night, you must take this. I'm impressed by your musical acumen. And passes you a token. It's like, I didn't get a token. He throws them a wink and it's like, yours will come later, darling.
Yeah. And just like, thank you, friend.
Mm-hmm. Bo smiles at you. It's been a while since you've sung like that.
It's been a while since I've sung anything, to be honest.
I'm glad you're singing now.
Fast makes eyebrows.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It would just give Valors like a oh. Hush.
I find music with friends brings out the best in all of us.
Indeed. Thank you for playing with me, friend.
He squeezes your hand and helps you down off the stage, leaving Valis and Ellie. Black hole. Different energy entirely. There's got to be some kind of like meme bardcore song we can put on in the background to contrast with this. What is it going to be? Let me think.
Dance upon the stars. Bardcore. What's this?
Bardcore rock.
Let me see.
I've typed in bardcore metal. I'm trying to find Mary on a cross bardcore.
That actually would be amazing.
Wait, let me send it. It's actually pretty cool. It's more medieval than metal.
That's so fine.
Mariana
down a dark avenue. This is the kind of music I feel like Ellie and Vals would make together. Lala, what is he up with you down there?
He's just found a new spot to sit in.
Lana's found a new spot.
Don't shame him.
I'm not shaming him. I just want to make sure he's
I'm
alright.
trying to get it on. Yeah. I got it.
Don't worry, we will turn this off. This is just for the fact that, the sake of the recording, to give us a good vibe here. The video is actually amazing, can I just say? It's this guy in like vaguely medieval clothing, playing a load of different medieval instruments, just vibing. I'm gonna say he's here.
Okay.
I'm going to screenshot him right at this moment, and he is in the campaign as of right now, because he's too good not to be.
It's called Algol the Bard. I probably said his name wrong.
You guys are
Algol the Bard.
absolutely wrong. This is Booyah Biggle.
Oh, he has a new name. You've been renamed Algol. Booyah, Biggle.
Booyah, Biggle.
His stage name is Booyah Biggle. Okay, so Booyah starts playing to welcome you on stage, and Ellie and Valis, you're going to take me on a word adventure, and then I'm going to decide what roles that is.
I set up before.
Yes.
But whilst the other acts were happening, Valis was passing Ellie like incrementally smaller things, and it's like you just got to throw them. You got to throw them super high, super far.
Which means that Aelin.
I cannot hear Lily over the music.
That's fine. I'll turn it off. This was fun for a
She
moment.
drowned me out on purpose.
It's
because
true.
I'm too noisy and obnoxious.
That's
Listen
okay.
to the Chop Suey one now.
But I was going to actually suggest that Ellie could juggle the things and then throw them up
Do that.
for potentially
The more bizarre,
acrobatics.
yeah,
Random shit, and he's like, mix your shit in there and just go.
And Ellie, I want to know exactly what you're juggling. I just feel like you'd be able to give me some. You'll just give me something strange and Paleolithic, and I
No,
want to
definitely
know.
not going to be juggling any artifacts. However, I might have worked up a little bit of magical tinkering upon them, so they give off like a burst of light when they are shot.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, throw them high so they don't shoot you. That'd be really unfortunate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, right. So, Rosario welcomes you to the stage. After a serenade, we have a shootout. My chest is vibrating with anticipation.
I can feel that from here.
He rubs up against you both. Okay, and then steps aside. Booyah Biggle keeps playing in the background.
So on Abby's art, Valis gets out a pair of little glasses and puts them on his eye.
Nice, nice. Okay, you guys. Aelin, you tell me what the first thing you throw into your juggling act is, and we'll make you do a roll, dexterity based. Not sure what yet. Probably acrobatics. Juggling feels like acrobatics.
Yes.
It could also be sleight of hand, depending on what you prefer.
The same modifier. So
Fabulous. Okay, so what are you juggling? Give me a little word picture.
I'm gonna
And then-
pick up some like river stones, essentially. Oh, I should
Amazing.
probably not pick up river stones because if those would shatter and cause like shrapnel.
Okay. What
you-
about
Ooh.
poppers? You might be able to pick some of those up.
So that's cool.
Yeah, either party poppers or party popper sounds
Or real
great. Yeah.
Dallas
Oh,
definitely
real
had some of those. Let's be honest.
Okay.
That didn't land very well. I apologize for
No, I
how
thought it was
crass
funny.
I was,
I thought it
friends.
was funny.
Okay, right. So you pull out some party poppers, maybe one ill-advised riverstone, and you're like, "Ooh, well, it's in there now."
Nope, no river stones. Ellie looks at it and goes, "You're gonna be skipped later," and pockets it.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Hi, my sweetness.
Definitely shouldn't do the mysterious disc.
And it looks back at you and it says, "Ellie, you must add me to the roster." No. It's not an explosive disc that kills all the NPCs the moment you accidentally hit it with something. Definitely not.
Someone's needy, La.
Oh.
He started breathing on me. Okay, you make me an acrobatics check, please. Me, Rosario.
That is an 18 plus 3 for 21.
Perfection. Rosario is pleased by this, and the crowd goes, wow, as you start to juggle. But then someone in the crowd yells, oh, we've seen that before. Juggling in a circus, what's new?
Oh, just wait, it's about to get real good.
Ellie, if you want to, you can do this one, like, on your tiptoes with one foot on the floor. I will allow you, if you want to make that decision. With a 21, you can. You're that good. Valis, pull out your guns. Your turn.
Can I roll before I do because my gunshots are crazy bonuses. So I would like to add a bit of risk into this situation.
Okay.
I think Valis would do this. Can I make an acrobatics check?
Okay.
To do similar to what your friend did at graduation and flip whilst I shoot for them.
Okay, for sure. Yanel has some healing magic ready. As you get live ammo in your guns, no blanks, and right, okay.
So it's an 18 for acrobatics.
Okay. So you run and do a little vault forwards, guns out on the side.
And I'll roll to hit.
You can roll 2 hits.
He's going to be using Little Death, not Killjoy.
Little Death, do you want to describe that gun to us?
Yep, so Valis has 2 main guns that he's made. One is a massive gun blade that he has not brought out for obvious reasons. The other one is a much smaller, streamlined pistol, which is jet black. And it's called Little Death. And he's going to use that.
Nice.
That is 21 to hit.
21, okay, that definitely will hit. You see as Ellie goes and throws one up particularly high. The streamers explode out as this bullet just ricochets into this party popper. They're like a bright pink and like red mix, so it almost looks like a bloody explosion, but it's all paper craft. And the crowd goes, and the guy who was heckling you before just quietens down. And then you hit with your second one.
Yep. If Ellie wants to throw them up in different directions, we can kind of get a bit of a formation going, maybe, Aylin?
Yeah, absolutely. Ellie's definitely making it a little dramatic. Like there's like a little musical chime that'll come off the second one, and definitely making it theatrical.
19.
Okay.
19 to hit.
All right, 19 to hit. With 19, theatrical, let me think. I think you do a handstand.
Okay.
Put the gun in your mouth and shoot it upside down. I don't know how it works.
He uses his tongue.
And everyone thinks that you've missed, but the bullet curves slightly, and you manage to hit the streamer. This time it is you hit the streamer, and the gamer boy falls down dead. Get it? Joking. This time it is a kind of a golden, glittery glitter bomb explosion, which showers over the crowds and gets into everyone's ice cream and hair, and they're like,
But Ellie, we should go into business.
And Rosario, once you finish and you bow out your brilliant act, Rosario says, brother, far better than anything we've seen this night.
Oh, really?
Ellie just flexes and says, welcome to the gun show.
We're patented.
Indeed. He says, your acts, pointing at Ellie and Bo and Valis and Erwin and Bo and Valis and Ellie. Your acts reinvigorated the stage. And he looks over at Yanel and says, and I have to admit, that was a pretty good imitation. Well, and he invites everyone back to the stage. What say you all? Who amongst them has earned your favor? And I'm going to say, for the sakes of this,
Circus.
Yanel resigns themselves to defeat as when Ellie and Valis's hand is risen. There is a raucous applause, and when Bo and Erwin's hands are risen, there is an equally loud raucous applause. And he says, "For the first time in talent show history," and someone says, "I don't believe that." shut up, remove him. And you see two burly men just go and pick up this like tiny like half-like gnome guy wearing a pointy hat. He's like, I hate talent shows, I hate fun. He says,
What are you doing in circus?
for the first time in talent show history, we have tie. And he offers you all a golden token, and he says, front row seats to the performance at the big top at the end of the night.
Oh, Erwin and Bo, this means we're mortal enemies forever now.
Mhm.
We'll be competing until we die.
And the talent show, it seems, has come to an end. The audience disperses. You do see quite a few individuals sort of sticking around to see if they can come up and talk to you all, interested in your talents, in your music. Oran, it seems...
Hannah says, fuck off, I don't have time for side quests.
Fair enough. And you guys head off to wherever you want to go next. You now... Pardon me. You have a golden token on your wrists. Everybody has one. Yanel didn't get one from the talent show, but they got the golden token to join all of you at the front. Maybe out of pity, maybe out of intrigue in their
It's
skill.
like a spray painted token.
Yeah, it's. Can I say they're all painted? They're not. None of these are real anything.
Everyone just bites it like, oh.
Can't sell this for resurrection spells. Anyway.
What?
What? Who said that?
Huh?
Anyway. And you guys all head around, and you notice as you're moving through, nobody else seems to have any golden tokens. In fact, most people only have one or two, and you guys are shaping up to have the most of pretty much anyone you've seen.
With best.
So that is something to that's something to remember. Having done the last of the few games, you guys pass by the pie eating contest area to pick up Oran and Roland, where you guys meet Derek once more. And Derek kind of smiles and goes, "Hey guys, hey, do you want to come over? Got some spare pie if you want to just have a bite before you head over to the big top."
The big top? I thought we were going on a ride.
You want to go on the ride? The mine ride?
Yeah.
Oh, sick. Actually, I'll get you guys. I can get you guys in front of the queue. And you approach the
special privileges for the golden tokens, I see.
Yeah, golden tokens.
Yeah.
Golden tokens.
Yeah.
And he beckons you over and grabs your wrists and examines them. Damn, Rosario gave you all one?
Yeah, but it was kind of because they were so sad.
Just sighs. Participation. I've never won anything actually. I've only ever gotten participation trophies.
Val's just whispers most improved award.
Yeah.
I thought you were excellent,
Don't lie, Owen.
I'm not lying, Valis.
Thank you, Owen.
It's just you have other talents other than turning into people.
What? Making abominations?
Yeah, you're great.
Couldn't exactly do that on the stage.
Artist.
You are a great ventriloquist.
And as you said, I don't think. And Derek says, as he hears you say a great artist, he says, "Damn it! If only Yosef was here. He had the best skill at caricatures. Well, I'll show you a couple. Maybe you can keep your eye open in case you set up shop elsewhere." And
I just thought of something Eric could say to Valis. He said, he said, and make a good ventriloquist, and everyone's just like, "So would you, since you're so good at talking out of your ass."
Val laughs really heartily and smacks you across the back.
Oh.
Sorry, it's too small. He pats your head and keeps walking.
Amazing. So, Derek disappears briefly. Derek disappears briefly and comes back a moment later with a sort of a scroll case filled with what look to be caricature drawings. Most of them are really good. And then tucked in there as well is an oil painting, what looks to be a self-portrait. And he says he actually was going to go to art school, but he joined the circus and to make a bit of cash on the side and just loved it. So anyway, but that's Yosef. And I've sent in the chat Yosef.
Yosef.
And I'm also going to put him in Discord as well.
Yosef's pretty.
So who is Yosef again?
Yosef is a carny
cute.
who hasn't been seen in a couple of days.
Missing carnies. They're cute.
Yosef. He's got bright ginger hair, thickly coiled, dark skin, pale green eyes, and tattoos all over his face.
Did you say
Anna has messaged.
I'm Emma.
Anna has messaged.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh.
Did you say red hair, green eyes, and tan skin?
Yes.
Cool.
There are so many emphases with this colouring because you're in Kalkan, Lily.
Just wondering.
I want to put forward, so in Kalkan, the majority of people have a kind of tanned complexion with anywhere from the most common eye colour is brown to kind of a coppery auburn colour to your eyes. And hair colours go from all the way from black to kind of like very dark, like dark blonde or ginger. Anything in that sort of realm. Not quite, not very, very dark skin, but like Mediterranean to kind of Middle Eastern energy, if you had to pick one. There is no one-to-one comparison in that world though. And this seems to cross over with a lot of Fae races because there has been a lot of intermingling with the Fae in Kalkan in time. So a lot of Tau Shiri, which is what Valis is half of, and other Fae who tend to be slightly darker skinned anyway, have intermingled with the people of Kalkan specifically because there is a lot of interaction between those two planes. But that's just why they have such a specific set of racial features. Tieflings, though, aren't particularly common outside of the royal family that had tiefling blood. So you do see a few of them in the upper areas of the city. You've seen a couple of them in like the more like kind of like well-to-do areas, like Kaivir is a tiefling. But most people here seem to be part Fae, human, some drow in the circles you guys move in. Anyway, that's just a bit of information in case it becomes relevant to you. Anyway, Derek kind of like rolls up the characters and says, yeah, no, yeah, I mean, it is weird. He's not turned up for work, but I don't know, there's nothing I can do. If he wants to move on, he wants to move on. I always knew his passion was for the arts. But I thought you would have told us, you know. Anyway, do you guys want some pie? It's very hot. Yeah.
You put the aircon on. It's very hot. I need help to do that because it's quite an effort.
We can take a break afterwards. I wasn't saying do it all yourself, but I was asking permission.
I want your shirt.
I got that for Lily. I got it for Lily.
Darling.
You get it from Redbubble. There's loads of people selling a similar shirt. I can link you the exact one if you want one that you can guarantee is good quality.
I have another one that says I love my girlfriend and it's a picture of Astarion.
Yes. We should all get matching Astarion shirts.
Oh yeah. I kind of want one that's Gale dinner as well.
Gale dinner.
And it's a boot.
And it's a boot. Yeah, that's so true. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And Derek rolls up the characters and says, do you guys want some pie? No?
No.
What kind of
fine.
No pie.
No pie. All right. Well,
what kind of pie do you have?
Oh, I've got blueberry pie. I've got cherry pie. Got strawberry pie. Got rhubarb pie. I've got other pies, which are weird pies and do magical things. Those are mostly for the pie eating contest. But if you're interested, I can give you some fun ones.
Sounds suspicious.
So extreme pie eating contest. Derek explains behind the scenes, because you guys aren't taking part, that the pies were all made by a wild magic sorcerer who works for the in the kitchens of the circus. Each turn a player you guys can eat a pie. You make a con save, and if you fail, then there's some effects of the pies.
Sounds very suspicious.
Indeed. Derek says, yeah, I mean, it's not crazy. Like this pie, for example, he takes a bite. This pie just turns you into a, and then he feels, oh, wrong pie, and he turns into a goat.
I think I'm going to pass on the pie.
Yeah, I will also pass on the pie.
He starts ramming into Valis' knee.
He holds the ones like, yeah.
On your shoulder, Kevin goes, fucking goat, fucking hell.
Don't be racist.
I'm gonna scratch out his eyes.
No.
Nah, one of those.
Nah, don't do
I
it.
forgot the bird talks.
I reckon Yosef's fucking dead, mate.
Wow, Kevin, we don't say that. You're not. Well, actually, you did come from a divination person.
Yeah.
Huh. Val stands up.
The
still
Derek
holding
goat goes,
We don't know that.
and starts quivering.
Oh dear, Val's hugged the goat. It's all right. It's okay.
Sorry. This lasts, let me check, 1 minute.
Okay, I'll hug the goat until he turns back.
He starts chewing on the ends of your hair
That's all right.
and then turns back into Derek.
I let go of Derek.
Oh, I thought the hugs might continue.
Don't be weird, Derek.
Sorry. He coughs. And so do I. Well, I'm going to go back to my stall. You know what's funny is the reason I was rejected initially was because I had a really bad attention span. And I actually think that I was supposed to stop the contest like 10 minutes ago. People may be unconscious, and he starts going off. And you hear the sounds of people vomiting from the other side of the tent.
Yeah, Derek's getting fired.
Yeah. And the last thing which you guys were interested in is the mystery mine.
Mr. Mine.
Mystery mine.
Miner, 49er.
And his daughter, Clementine.
Anna.
Anna.
Hi, Anna.
That's okay. Anna will just be infant. Oh, Anna's here. Hello, Anna. Darling. Yeah. So,
Darling.
you guys head away from Derek's tent, reunited with Oren. Roland seems to be one of the people who was in the pie eating contest and has passed out on the floor. Towards the mystery mines. This is similar to like a ghost train in a regular circus. Ghoulish face, its mouth completely wide open, jaw unhinged, and into its mouth with screaming people painted, their arms raised, is a minecart. And
I was like, hell yeah.
And it says, mystery mine, face your fears on the side. And near the entrance, you see a male dwarf dressed like a wizard. No, male gnome.
Gnome.
Gnome. Poncho. Pale green. White hat.
No, it's the mole wizard.
My family are dead.
And he says, unlock the mysteries of your mind in the mystery mine.
How scary is it?
You approach him. He has bushy eyebrows, wears a pointy hat, and holds a large clockworked contraption. This is 2 on the nose. Shaped like a giant eye. And he says, how scary. Well, how scary is your wildest fears?
I don't like clowns.
Shit. You're fucked.
Nah.
What about you? And he looks over to Ellie. What is your deepest fear? Perhaps you yourself do not know it.
I ain't afraid of anything, so let's fucking go.
Of course. That's what they all say before they enter the mines. There is something about being in a cart which takes you deep beneath the earth. That'll turn you into another person entirely. And Yanel puts up their hands. I'm not doing this.
Wow.
You really think I want to face my fears right now?
What are you scared of?
I don't know. I just feel like maybe I shouldn't.
Well, if you want to sit outside and wait, I think this sounds sick.
Bo says, I'm happy to wait with them. If
Nah, Bo's a scaredy cat.
Go. 4 on his deception check. He is scared. He puts up his hands and sort of turns into a more serious tone. I completely understand the desire to stay away from the things that you are fearful of, especially if those, whatever those visions may be, horrors may be, could have some sort of sway or power over you. I would simply prefer not to do it. But you go ahead. No judgment from me. Enjoy yourselves.
Valis leans over to Ellie and says, Beau's worst fear is that Erwin finds his loot lame.
How quietly do you say
Not
that?
Quietly at all.
Erwin, that's what you hear. And Beau says, Valis Malel, I know that you are a thorn in the side of many a person here. I must say to you now, well, maybe not a thorn. Perhaps you see yourself as a joker. Let me just say, I am not here to judge or be judged. My lute is not lame because I don't play the lute. I play the lyre. So attention to detail is very important in this profession.
That's why it's lame.
Right.
Because I don't even remember that.
Actually,
Great.
it's not a lute, it's a lyre.
It's a lyre, actually.
Not a lute, Valis.
See?
I am not going to be drawn into petty games.
You just drew yourself into one.
Oh no, I didn't though, because I'm stepping out of it.
Okay, it's on, Beau. It's on.
Oh no. Look, can I just say I don't want to be a part of this play, whatever it is?
What play?
You really want me to talk about it? You really want me to say it?
Yeah, please do, because I have no clue what you're talking about.
Yeah,
You're trying to get under my skin. Make me out to be some kind of loser.
Why?
I don't know. Only you can answer that.
I think you're reading far too deeply into this, Beau.
Okay.
Just ignore him, Beau. He's very annoying. He's always like this.
You know he's thinking of Jax. And he said, I will protect the regent without going into the mines. And he now says, I'm not. Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Beau and his liar.
Maybe I will, Valis. Maybe I'll have lots of fun.
Well, I happen to know that you don't like thorns, and he turns and walks towards the entrance of the mine.
That's not what I meant, Valis. He's old. Okay.
Hey.
Wow.
Sorry, Erwin.
Say what you really mean.
Just called me old.
Oh no. Oh no. Sorry, Beau.
And as usual, Yanel's the one who ends up in trouble.
Yeah, Valis is the one who got us all here. Right, you guys.
This is exactly what happens with my brother. He'll do something really stupid and I'll tell him off for it, and I get told off for telling him off. I'm like, for fuck's sake, it's him who's being the shit.
With my brother.
Mm-hmm. The boys get away with murder.
It's true.
Living off
You get blamed when you tell him off for it. Ugh. Go at him. Why? He's the one who's being an idiot.
in the mines.
Erwin, is everyone else coming in the mines? I'm just gonna do my D&D Snapchat. Huzzah.
Erwin. Does she want to go to the mine? No, she won't. No, she'll stay with Beau and Yanel.
Okay.
She doesn't need any more scary things.
Mm-hmm.
What was that?
He shakes his head forlornly.
Mm-hmm.
My worst fear is someone giving you coffee instead of tea, right?
Oh, don't even get me started.
I got it!
If you guys are happy to, you may enter the ride through
with Ellie.
through the Carney's entrance as you all make your way through and skip the queue entirely, which is fairly robust at this point. You got fast passes. And as you make your way to the front, you see a bored-looking teen. You know, he's got scruffy hair. He's got bags under his eyes because he's been gaming until 2 a.m. but had to come to his job anyway. And he says, "Welcome to the mystery mines. Where you'll face your greatest fear." And he directs you to your minecart. Who would like to ride up front?
Me.
All right.
I know teenage boys like that.
Yeah. He lets you in and says, "Right, guys. Ground rules. Keep your arms and legs inside the cart at all times. Please, no matter what you do, no matter what you see, do not exit the ride at any point until the ride comes to a complete stop and the safety bars are lifted on the other end. In this tunnel, you may see the depths of despair, the ends of the earth, your loved ones massacred, and the world destroyed.
I'm glad I didn't go on the ride.
By entering this ride of your own free will and volition, you have agreed that the circus holds no liability over any horrors you might face or may come to fruition.
Well, she's not scared of anything, points at Ellie, so I think we'll be fine.
Yeah.
But also, wow, talk about the budget for this if they can, make us see all that. There's no drugs involved, right?
Not yet. You can. There is a drugs package though, but you have to pay. Do you want drugs? Don't tell Derek.
I'm not buying drugs from a teenager. That always ends up badly.
I think she might.
I'm really not interested in your oregano.
Fairy cakes. You don't want fairy cakes?
No. That's soft shit. Val sits back in his seat.
I mean, I know someone who can get you blood war spoils. I'm just saying.
What the fuck?
I know a guy who knows a guy.
Oh yeah, who do you know?
It's a guy who owns a den
Yeah.
out in the Eastern Districts. It's pretty hardcore.
Why does a teenager know that?
Don't tell Derek.
Don't tell Derek.
Right, fuck off. And he pushes the ride into. No one likes you today. Except
He's so fucking annoying.
He's such a teenage boy, and he's not even a teenager.
I didn't admit.
Okay. The ride attendant sends you off. Honestly,
yes, but he's hot, guys. That's how he gets away with it.
in spite of everything, him sort of giving you the warning, it is hard to say exactly what to expect from the ride because naturally, I mean, facing your fears could mean anything. And you're right, Ellie, the budget could be high, the budget could be low. And at first, you have very little to be excited about. I'm just going to put this music in the chat and feel free to start whenever you wish. Lily, would you mind playing it for me?
Yep.
The budget could be high, and the budget could be low. And at first, as the cart kind of like rolls around and out of the bay where the ride comes to a stop when it completes its loop, you see usual bloody streamers hanging from the ceiling, animatronics jumping out from the side, jack-in-the-boxes, ghosts with like tattered fabric. It's the kind of thing
howling with laughter.
Yeah. And you see Valus despairingly, you see a clown pop out. And this seems to be a real person in a suit who's put on a timer.
He shrieks when he sees the clown.
And, okay, right, I don't often get up. I don't often do physical performances for you all.
I think at Valus...
Yes, Pennywise!
It's literally Pennywise.
Yeah, Valus is not pleased.
At Valus shrieking, Ellie might accidentally sucker punch the clown.
Okay. And he goes, minimum wage, bitch!
Which is a surprising 4 points of damage.
Oh my god, this is a civilian. He passes out. He collapses. Blood pouring from his mouth, like... and the guys, I'm sorry, the ride keeps going. It'll be fine, probably. The ride does keep going, and as you guys come to about maybe a minute of this, you then feel the cart slowly begin to climb.
Oh man, it's gonna drop.
And all of the abysmal decorations, the kind of like gross, the mediocre stuff starts to slowly fall away. And you look ahead of you as it begins to get steeper and steeper. And you see ahead, there is no roof to this mine shaft.
Sorry, I found a gift. Hello!
Is that video I posted in the WhatsApp?
Yeah, the
Wait, let me find it.
Joyride.
I'm sure it's I can find it for us all. Here it is. This is what Valus sees going on.
Yes!
Oren, do you want to be on the ride that makes you face your fears? Yes or no? This is your chance to choose.
Do you want to be on the scary ride?
You want to be on the scary ride? The music is in the chat. The vibe is.
I think it would be, as a player, I think it would be interesting and funny. I think as a character, it would not.
That's fair.
So I don't know.
Just balance.
If anyone wants to peer pressure, then they might be open to it. But like,
Alice will try, I'm sure.
He won't. Okay, he'll joke, but he won't actively peer pressure you. You get the vibe that he's not actually going to force anyone to do anything.
Yeah.
Okay. I think probably not. Then I'll stand outside with.
Sitting outside with Erwin and.
Abby, your hair looks so good right now.
It really does.
Look at the pink.
Looks amazing.
Ooh.
I'm
Oh, that's
pink.
really cool. Mm.
I want pink.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be pink.
Match my headphones.
Amazing.
Abby's want
Everything's
pink.
gonna make it pink.
Pink, pink, pink.
Pink.
Pink, pink. Pink. Everywhere. Pink. Oh.
I wish I could show you guys my side of the room, but you can't see it. It's fine. The wall's pink.
And you guys,
New dress.
Oh, cute, Abby. Where's that from?
Hell Bunny.
Oh, I love that brand.
Yeah.
Yes, amazing.
I got my back dungaree from Hell Bunny, which is very nice. Yeah.
And then the other side of my personality. Oh,
ta-da.
I love it.
Anyway,
amazing.
Show and tell.
I love it. And as you guys climb up the mine shaft in this cart,
Charles was like, "We didn't go this high, right?"
You see the tunnel around you fall into darkness. The kitsch and obviously fake decorations disappear as on all sides is just pitch black. And Valis, when you call out, you look behind you and the cart behind you is empty.
Ellie's not there.
And Ellie, you kind of blink and for a moment Valis is swallowed by the darkness. You can still see his outline. But then you reach your hand forwards and where he once was, you can still see your hand incredibly clearly. But Valis is just gone. And you're alone in this darkness. And Ellie, you feel the ride sort of sticks in place for a moment. You look around and you can feel wind almost rushing past your face. The amount of time you were climbing up, it must have been a mile off the ground, at least. And then and you feel wind rushing up around you as the minecart seems to free fall off of this ledge. You're falling down, untethered, and you feel the feet of the Minecraft connect with rough terrain. And you grasp onto the sides. You feel rock, gravel, like shrapnel kicking up around you as the minecart goes faster and faster. And it's exhilarating, maybe even for a moment.
Oh yeah, she's having a great time. She is cheering.
Yeah. And
I don't like the way Emma just said yeah.
Yeah. And it zooms down deeper. And again, for the amount of time you're falling, you must be underground. Dozens of feet underground. The deepest dig that you've known anyone in your circles to do. The furthest you've known anyone to go is 3 miles below the surface. 3 miles in a frana, at the very least, before you start hitting that membrane between the planes, where rock turns to something far more ancient and arcane, a compressing, suffocating substance which smothers you if you're not prepared for it. If you don't have the right teleportation runes, the right gear to travel interplanar in such a way. And you're mentally prepared for that. You've trained your whole life with the idea that you'll be going on these digs, delving where none have delved before. Doesn't scare you, I imagine. Not yet.
Yeah, Ellie's more like curious, like, can I roll an investigation check for like atmosphere, like temperature, smell, like anything that might have changed?
Okay.
I didn't have my medication.
That's a 19.
Yeah, 19. You know that temperatures kind of vary underground. You know that in Afrana, 1 mile below the surface gets to about 30, 35 degrees Celsius. Very hot for some places in the world, not at all hot for others. 2 miles goes hotter, 45. You need special gear to survive there. But more than that, it feels now like the air itself is on fire, like you're breathing in an oven. And the smell around you is sulfurous, sickening. And the cart finally comes to a stop. And you look around for the exit. The way you came in, the attendant, the queue of people, you can't see it. In fact, you reach out maybe just to sort of feel beyond the cart, and your hand immediately hits hard rock on one side, hard rock on the other, on all sides of you. And then and another. And all of a sudden, a weight crushes you on your back as a rock hits you squarely, pins you to the floor of the cart. And then another. And another, a sickening weight pressing down, knocking the air from your lungs. As you are slowly, piece by piece, buried alive in the dark.
What in the Magnus is this?
You can just about move your hand, reaching the other side of the cart. And then you hear a voice. An impossible thing. A familiar voice. Ellie, help me! My research! Make sure it gets to the surface! As the breathless, lung-punctured voice of an older person. You had a mentor growing up. Do you want to tell me a little bit about them? Who you lost in the mines? Not in the mines, excuse me. During a dig.
It's like Ellie's been through a couple of mentors, as you do, helping.
This is the one you mentioned specifically that
died in
a collapse.
Yeah. I think she just kind of nods, like, I see. She'll reach out and try and like grab towards the voice.
Mm-hmm.
But they would have been like an older Yuan-Ti who was sponsoring her as an apprentice for paleontological digs.
Mm. Someone you knew,
like almost like a grandpa or uncle figure.
Yeah. As a well-respected figure in the community who never took risks, always planned everything in advance, knew exactly where they were going on a dig. By all means, it was a tragic accident. And Ellie, their research changed everything. But it's not at the surface yet, and you're trapped. You're the only person who can get it. And there is a little panic, and I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw, please.
I will say that Ellie doesn't feel panicked. It's like, if I'm in the same situation...
This is a magical effect. This is a magical effect. Okay. It's not...
I will, yeah.
That's fine.
Give you that.
There is a seed. This is fine. This is a seed of panic, and it's whether or not the sensation passes over you, or whether it's something that consumes your character in this moment.
Yeah.
This is a magical effect.
16.
16. Okay, you're fine. The panic dies, and you think, it's not real.
Yeah. Ellie's like, well, actually, it's more so Ellie's like, well, if this is real, this is my reality now. If I'm gonna die, it doesn't really matter if I get the research or not.
Mm-hmm.
But if I can, it's like, even if I die down here, I'm going to take this and maybe somebody will find me.
Yeah. And with that thought, the minecart moves on. For one of you. For Valis. There isn't even a drop. Minecart slowly reaches the peak of its steep climb and stops entirely. Then, through the dark, as you ready yourself for the drop and anticipation fills you, you see a spotlight rain down, not unlike the ones on Rosario's stage. In fact, exactly like the ones on Rosario's stage, as you see a crude reimagining of it in front of you. The spotlight is a deep crimson, and you hear calliope music begin to play eerily in the background. And all at once, the curtains part, revealing the stage. On the stage, you see a figure, large and horned, completely out of focus. The edges of his silhouette are blurred as he turns to face you. And Valis, you feel it looks familiar in a way. You almost think it might be your father, your other father. That fucker, the ones whose name you will not speak. But no, it's not quite him. The figure rises and gives you a deep bow before extending his arms to either side. And you see 4 figures materialize. Some of them real, some of them unreal. You know. It's impossible that all these things could be here in one place. Under one arm, Yanel appears, and in their arms they cradle a small bundle, a child. Under the other arm, you see your father, Gerald, the Taoshiri, who came to help you. And beside him, you see one of the kings of the Maasai, a man named Ulster, with long white hair, bright red eyes, a pale complexion. He's thin and lithe, and looks more delicate now than he ever did when you lived with him in the palace. The figure with horns in the middle begins to move their hands like a puppeteer, maneuvering around each person on the stage. You see Yanel run forward and shield the figure in their arms, the child, as the conductor moves towards Joral and your father and the king. Your father puts himself between the king and the figure, and you see him all of a sudden wreathed in flames. His body burns to a crisp. The smell of it, like cooking meat, fills your senses as he writhes and screams on the ground. The figure jumps over his corpse, not even letting it finish burn, before he grabs the king, opens his mouth to an unimaginable width, and swallows him whole. As your father's body turns to ash, and the king is swallowed into the belly of this beast, Yanel looks up and matches your eyes, meets your eyes.
Can I reach them at all?
You can lean forwards in the cart. The moment you get to the edge, you feel a force keeping you in. I imagine you thrash against it.
Yeah, he's going to try and get to them.
You see the child is pressed into their shoulder. It has 2 little horns and dark hair, and Yanel holds it very close as the figure turns. They give you a despairing look as he throws Yanel off the child and picks them up. And with a their neck breaks and their body goes limp, and he throws them off into the darkness. The figure looks right at you, and its features come into clarity. It's you, Valis. Your face. Your actions. Hurting these people, real or not. And they pick up the child as it screams and walk off into the darkness with it. And the ride
just covers his face with his hands.
Valis, is it safe to say that this would be an incredibly stressful situation?
Yes.
Oh, ma.
Before the ride can...
Baz is sitting on my feet, so he's not making it easy for me to... Hello, come here. Can you make everyone...
No.
Oh, fluffy boy.
Fluffy boy.
Fluffy
And then-
boy.
Donut boy.
Chicken.
Oh.
Chicken.
Chicken.
Chicken and mash.
That's good.
Actually, I always think he's like a strawberry daifuku, because he's got like mochi, a little bit of red bean as his face. We get a strawberry and put it on top.
Looking at everybody.
Little baby. Oh. Okay.
So I trust those hoes.
Alright.
He's like Kevin. And he's gone back to sit at Lily's feet again.
Yeah. You know that you...
Valis, you keel forwards, clutching the edge of the minecart. You feel like you might collapse at any moment, and then you do. As you come around the corner of this ride, your disability aid fizzes as you just flop forwards. And just while your head slams into the hard iron edge of the minecart, you're teleported. As your disability aid does, saves you by teleporting you to the nearest safe bed, which in this case is the medical bay
Convenient.
in the circus.
Yeah.
So when you guys all... Well, when Ellie only, when you come around from the
I've been eaten by the
That would, if anything, like not be able to confirm that the ride is over, kind of thing.
Yeah,
that's really funny.
Ellie, as you come around the corner of the ride and you reach back to the main section,
I think Ellie also has fallen asleep.
Okay.
More as like a nap situation.
Sure. The attendant gawks at you and wakes you up and says, "Oi, where's your friend?"
Oh. This
Also,
must have
did you
been real
fall down?
stressful. What?
You tried to kill my mate.
I didn't. He startled my friend.
He says you punched him to death, almost.
I did.
He's a civilian. He's got like 3 HP, mate. What are you on about?
I'm sorry. I'm stronger than I realized.
Yeah, no shit.
Non-lethal.
You're like a superhero to most civilian NPCs who don't even have a stat block because they're so lame.
You're saying words at me that don't make a whole lot of sense, but like...
No, mate, it's fine. I'm just asking if it was you, mate, though.
I'm so sorry. The ride went on before I could try and heal him. You know?
Fair enough.
Seriously,
where's your friend?
It must have been stressful. Is there a bed nearby?
No. Like, in this building?
No, like, in the circus.
Babe, I'm not of age yet. I just want to let you know.
Oh,
I'm
hi.
Look mature for my years. And my voice broke.
You're
that.
very sweet.
See what you're doing here.
You're very sweet. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for my buddy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cute.
It's a medical thing. So like. Medical thing. Is there like a first aid tent?
He does not have an STD.
Yeah, there is. Hang on. I need to turn down the ride though, and he just kind of hits an emergency red button, and the whole room goes. Brr, brr, and from the outside, you guys hear. Brr, 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 as the lights flash red, and Yunel just says,
"Oh no,
fucking Valis, he's done something." And Erwin, you, Yunel, and Bo are seated outside as you hear this alarm going off. Is there anything you guys want to have been doing during this time?
Look, I don't know about like what's passed between.
Oh, Oren would be there as well. Oh, you've been doing an extreme pie eating contest. Your belly is full.
Okay.
And your spirits are high.
There are pies floating inside your.
Okay.
Journey.
Okay. If spirits are high.
Roland is still at the pie eating contest.
Okay.
Because he is an 8-foot tall furball, so he can fit a lot of pie.
He can fit a lot of pie. Yes.
The only important information you would have learned is that Yosef looks like the figure I sent in the chat.
And who is? Did we meet Yosef last time?
Nope. Yosef is the carney who has gone missing. Or has absconded from his post.
Oh. Did we learn this from, is it Derek? Did we learn that from...
And Derek showed you some of his artwork, because Yosef was really good at painting caricatures, he said. Anyway. But you guys are all seated outside the Mystery Mines, having chosen not to go on. And Yunel says, do you think they're okay in there?
I don't. That sounds like an emergency lights. That does not sound like part of the ride.
I don't know why
I mean, like our circus was not. Our troupe didn't have. Have I experienced have I seen a dark ride before and seen its emergency stop?
Yeah, you probably an apprenticeship at a place like this, you know.
Okay, right. I think Oran would sort of move forward towards the exit. Like, would we be able to see Ellie pop out?
Ellie, if you emerge, having shaken off the team, Yunel says, "Where's Valis?"
I think Valis is in the first aid tent if there's a bed there, because I guess Valis got stressed out because he wasn't there, and this is my first sort of investigatory brain cells. I just woke up from a nap, sorry.
Oh, nap?
Oh.
Was it really that shit?
It was... Well, you know, after getting kind of like buried alive, I was like, well, this is my fate now, so I just went to sleep.
Oh.
Let,
and Bo says, you know what? I'll go get him. You don't move. He points his finger at Ellie. I'm also going to find you help.
I'm totally fine. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yanel says, I mean, I don't know. You said you were buried alive. You might have, like, pressure wounds and bruises and broken bones.
I mean, you're welcome to, like, look me over if you want, but in, like, a friendly way.
I would like to do a medicine check.
It's all Serena's thing. Oren, you may. Bo is going to take Yanel's lead and rush off to the medical tent. You guys can follow if you'd like to.
That's pretty good.
Don't scratch him.
Sorry, I can't help myself.
Yes, you can.
No, I can't. You can. I tried.
Sit on your hands.
I got a 19 medicine.
19. You sort of run your hands over Ellie. Your limbs, your jelly on Ellie.
I think you're ready for this
jelly, and you kind of sense that everything's all right in there. Nothing crazy.
All right,
Nothing
so
crazy.
You fell asleep, but do you feel like
it was a simulation, you know, of some sort of fear experience, which, you know, given the, you know, life experiences and certain disabilities, and it probably stressed Valis out.
Wait, was Valis buried alive as well?
No, Valis disappeared. I don't...
Yanel's gonna just get up and say, right, okay, if you're sorting him out, I'm just gonna go check that out.
Okay.
Yeah, we can go get Valis. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm completely fine.
My ex-boyfriend
vanished into the dark. My situationship, no!
Your fiance.
Will they, won't they?
Yanel shoots you a look and says, I need to have a femme-to-femme discussion with you about this, but not right now.
Wait, who is Yanel talking to?
You know what? Other than Oren, kind of all of you. Except Bo's not there. Bo's run off ahead of you guys. But mostly Erwin, because I feel like when they make eye contact with Ellie, Ellie's just like, nah, not me, mate. Romance advice? I don't know.
Ellie looks completely, like, confused, like...
That's what I thought. It's Erwin and I can talk about this. Right. So,
good girl.
As you guys move over to the tent, Valis, you find yourself in a kind of slowly coming to in this like canvas room. On all sides, you see this kind of like metal railing with a curtain on it, and beyond you see a figure. Sort of like this is just the outline of them at first, who calls out to you and says, "How are you doing in there?" And the curtain rustles and says, "I'm coming in."
Don't do that.
You see a man, a fairly large man, older, kind of maybe just reaching middle age, from the lines on his skin and the kind of pepper in his hair. He has thick arms with muscles beneath just like a simple kind of V-necked shirt that's tucked into a loose pair of black trousers. He's got he doesn't look like a nurse or a first aider, but then again, this is a circus. So you get the impression they're all sharing the jobs around. But he does have a bit of kind of energy to him. Maybe a magical kind of energy, I guess. Anyway.
Okay.
And he sits
magical.
Yeah. Do you find 40-year-old men attractive?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
Nice.
he's got long black hair, short horns, kind of line. Yeah. And he's like, yes. Everyone starts running harder.
I'm coming.
I'm going. Wait. Anime
No.
kicks in. Valis, the guy sits down beside you, and he just says, "Valis,
Who the hell are you?
don't worry, I'm here to help you. We have met before, and the last person who said that to you was Kyvir, who you'd had a one-night stand with. So immediately you're like, I don't know." But then you see his fingers are kind of like a little dark, blackened.
Oh, okay.
Similar to yours. I don't know what you want to infer from that.
Can I make an insight roll?
You can.
How did Valis get blackened fingers? Is it like
He's
soot
always-
from?
Cursed.
Oh,
Ever since you've met him, his fingers have been black.
okay.
17 on insight.
Okay. At first, it looks like he could have just painted his nails and then maybe it's a thrown shadow, but you're right, it is black. Similar to your own digits. And you know that you've had lapses in memory. You also know that you've spent a lot of time investigating what the fuck is going on with you.
Okay. He straightens up when he sees that.
But he says to you, we've met before, but we can treat this as our first meeting if you like.
You still haven't answered. Who are you?
You can call me Drift.
Drift.
Tokyo. So cute.
You say I don't remember you.
Deja
Drift says, well, you wouldn't. Understandably. You look a little worse for wear. Headache? Strong emotions.
Ghost train?
He puts a hand on your head, and all at once, the stress, the panic, the fear you felt at seeing all of those people hurt, your loved ones hurt, it eases. Numbs a little bit. Like sparkling water's been poured over your brain. Was that better?
He kind of looks himself over. You healed me?
No. I just unburdened you. He looks over to the entrance of the tent and just says, your friends will start looking for you soon enough. But don't worry. You're perfectly safe in here.
Why wouldn't I be safe in the bloody circus, mate? Clown's gonna get me?
Clowns. Nah. He leans in. You're safe here, Valis. Because I allow it. Circus is an interesting place. Filled with all sorts. Not people from here. People from here, there, and everywhere. Mostly, this may come as a shock to you. You can tell your friends. Down below. And he points to the ground.
Okay.
And with your insight, down below, dancing bones, strange creatures, visions.
Am I getting some hellish vibes?
Getting some hellish vibes.
Okay.
But no need to fear. I knew you were coming. So I was always looking out for you.
He kind of like holds his head and massages it. Right. Sorry. I don't know you and you're clearly chatting shit. But you also seem to know me somehow. So are you like a devil?
Devil! I'm not. Though. Most people here do come from the hells.
I don't discriminate. What do you want?
I want to help. Like I said, I know of you.
I ain't signing any contract.
That's not... No. That's not what I'm after. He sort of leans back. The circus draws in people who need us. In one way or another. More than just that minecart, then. You've been suffering lately, haven't you?
What's it to you?
Well, you're cursed. Girlfriend's right. We could feel you coming from a mile away.
Valis kind of leans in. You know what's wrong with me.
He leans in as well. Stares right at you. The blacks of his pupils, or where they're supposed to be black, are golden. Pokes you in the chest. I've seen plenty like you cross my path. Like I did just then. I can take the pain away, Valis, and you can regain a little control over yourself. Last time we spoke, you were open to my help. Of course, the last time we spoke, you don't remember. Anyway, I thought I ought to check in on you one last time.
Valis looks interested, but also he's a little bit like, he's keeping his cards close to his chest. Okay. Let me clear up a couple of things first.
Yeah? I'm an open book.
Okay. You said we've met before, but I don't remember that. Why?
It's part of the curse. Pretty simple.
Okay. You want to help me. Doesn't look like you're getting anything in exchange. People don't usually do that, so what's that about?
Honestly, I like the taste of your suffering. Let me take it away, and it benefits us both.
That's normal.
No. What about you is normal? Valis Malel.
I don't really like that. Can't really, just run away from all that shit.
I guess you're kind of thinking back to Yanel's Shah situation.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, hang on a second. He just thinks. Okay. Then how about this? I'll do this for you. And on occasion, you can do things for me. Nothing illegal beyond what you're already comfortable with.
For example?
You're asking for examples. Anything I say is going to sound suspicious. Theft, arson, blackmail, and then, of course, mundane tasks as well. Delivering messages here and there. That kind of thing. If arson's a bit much, we can work our way up to it.
Yeah, I work with kids, so I won't do anything that, hurts them or the people that I'm around. Just so you know.
Otherwise, your working with children check would be revoked,
So true. DBS. All right, that's all very noble. And he taps you on the shoulder. And fine with me. He holds out a hand for you. Come on, let me show you how far our partnership might go.
Okay, Valis takes his hand.
Yeah, and he takes you out of the tent. And you sort of start wandering through. And in the distance, you see Bo Algren. He is running around, heading in your direction, clearly looking to the first aid tent. And he meets eyes with you. And he says, Valis! And waves his hand for you. Drift leans down and just says, go over to him, and I'll keep my distance.
What do you want from me?
Don't worry. Just wait for me to instruct you.
Valis kind of grimaces and then walks towards Bo and just pulls up a smile. Hey, sorry, got myself turned around. Where's everyone else?
And Bo says, they said that you disappeared from the minecart. Honestly, I don't know what that's about. I don't know. I just thought that it might be best if I come to check on you. They're figuring out whether Ellie's been crushed to death or not. She hasn't been, as far as I'm aware. And the more he speaks, just you remember everything, the more stressed out you become again. And all of Drift's help feels like it's being undone as he's like, yeah, and Yanel's worried about you. They want to know if they heard you'd been disappeared and they immediately panicked. So everyone's on their way, specifically to make sure you're all right, obviously, because they all care about your well-being. And he just keeps talking. And Drift says to you, Valis, don't worry, he can't hear us.
What am I supposed to do here?
He's making you stressed out. Tell him to quieten down for a second.
Why?
Because I want to show you how you can protect yourself. Control your surroundings. Doesn't that please you? And Bo just is like, honestly, there's nothing like this in Erasure. Next time you come back with Zarina and Yanel, we should all head out together.
Oh, can you just quiet down for a sec?
And Valis, as you say that, you feel a sudden release of energy. You feel your body kind of relax. Your mind almost unfurl. And with your words quieten down, Bo's jaw snaps shut. And he gives Valis an apologetic look and mimes locking his lips. And you hear just Drift say, there you are. Perfect silence. No one to mention any of your pain at all. Remind you of any of your suffering.
What was that?
Magic. You have the gift for it after all, inherited it from your fathers. Though untrained as it is. I remember you mentioned you had trouble with a certain drow.
Nizana, but you can shut up about her too.
Oh, well, I was thinking of Malik Tion, Valis. The guy who smashed a tankard across your face. But I suppose this would work for them both. If you need to protect yourself. I'm giving you a little something as a failsafe. Aren't all your friends getting boons these days? A little magic prophecy for Oran here.
I don't like magic. I mean, I like other people using it, but I don't like to use it. So whatever you've done, it's not me, is it? It's you.
Mm. You see Drift kind of fall into place beside you as you walk, and you notice the others coming in your direction. Well, you have it now. Use it as you wish.
How do I get you to come back?
You're going to come back so soon?
No, just if I, need to check the terms and conditions.
Well,
not that I'm signing anything.
It's like I said, the circus always brings people like you where they need to be. If you're ever worried, look for us. The circus is in town for a few days, here and there. There's someone here called Xavier. You've already met?
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently.
He and I have a connection.
Oh, you too.
He's my eyes here, at least.
You have eyes, though. He points at Drift's eyes.
They can't see me. And Drift looks around to the others as you see all of your friends approaching you.
Am I going to look like I'm talking to myself?
They can't see you talking.
That's weird, man.
I have a little power. Not a lot. A bit more here than most places.
I want to check. Did Drift kind of make Valis say close your yap shut instead of quieten down? Did I hear the phrase close your yap shut or close your mouth shut or something like that?
Probably, yeah. If there was ever, I don't know 100% what you said, but
he said, "Can you quieten down?" It's like I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can. Well, it's probably one or the other.
No, as in.
I don't remember immediately. I will go back and look in the recording, and I'll check that for you.
All right, thank you. Sorry.
Sorry, if it was a mistake, it was unintentional.
Is Bo okay though?
Bo looks completely chill. at least for a minute or so, and he's like, "Hey, that wasn't very nice."
Sorry, I just had a headache.
And you hear a voice in your ear just say, "Whenever the circus is in town, touch base, fellas."
Touch base. Not creepy at all.
He looks around and just gives you a strange look and says, "Guess the circus does strange things to people. Anyway, friends!" And he points up. And you see the others all approaching. And Yanel immediately rushes over. "Alice!
Hey.
You all right?"
Oh, I'm fine.
And Valis, actually, yeah, you feel pretty good.
Yeah, it was just a little bit spooky. That was a bit,
Micro attack?
Yeah.
Damn it.
It's alright though. How is everyone feeling? Are you ready for more circusing?
Well, you guys seem to, looking around, it seems like most people right now are heading towards the main tent as the night comes to a close.
Would anyone in the pie eating contest, is that like an ongoing, like, are there heats to it? Like it?
No,
like
it's endurance based, really.
Endurance. Could I assume that like Roland is going to be like there the whole time and not heading to the tent, sort of thing?
You can assume so. He also didn't get the golden coin, and you guys all got a golden coin. So you get the feeling that maybe he'll miss out a little bit, like, oh shit, if he doesn't.
Okay.
As you guys decide to head to the tent, let's just take a 5-minute break, get some water, get some snacks, get a fan on, lie down, relax. All good?
Oh, good.
Thank you.
I'm just pruning my plum.
I'm at the stage where I just start dancing the things.
I do that too. Okay. Right. So, as you guys all reunite, you notice everybody's starting to head towards the big tent for the final performance of the night. But there's a moment if you guys want to do anything or want to say anything to anyone.
I need to take a piss. Bala says.
Yanel goes, "I was worried about fucking hell."
Okay.
Yanel stalks off to an alcohol cart to go and get a drink.
You feel fine, right, fellas? Or
he gives you a big smile.
Okay.
Bo looks confused and says, "He walked out of the medical tent, guns blazing,
as usual."
Not literally.
I mean, it looks busy. Why don't we go get seats at the tent, and then anyone who needs to go for the toilet can go once we've secured our seats.
Why don't you save me a seat? He passes Bo his giant gun blade. Just put that on it. And then I'll see you there.
Right.
If you drop it might misfire.
Jesus Christ. Who is that? I don't know. It seems like the regent might have some concerns with leaving you.
I can't even piss by myself. Come on.
All right. He looks around to everyone else. What? Are we going then?
I'm on parole.
I would like to see the performance. As long as. All right. Hey, Bo. Are you all right?
I'm fine. I didn't go on the ride. Though I've never held a gunblade before, whatever that is.
You're holding it the wrong way.
Is this? He holds the barrel up to his eye. Am I supposed to look in here for something?
No.
Oh no.
No.
Okay. All right. Fine. He goes over to where Yanel is to buy everybody a drink to bring into the.
Unloaded, by the way.
Sorry.
It's not loaded.
Fair enough.
Right. I was going to ask why is it preloaded.
Valis, you can step off if you need to go take a piss. But for realism, or
no?
Do you have ulterior motives?
He wants to do something.
Okay.
He's being sneaky.
All right.
Okay.
What are you going to sneak away to do?
He is going to sneak away to send a message, and he's going to make sure with the perception check that nobody is eavesdropping on him.
Okay, make a perception check.
He might fail. He will not fail. That is going to be really, really good. 22.
Is anybody eavesdropping?
No. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear him frying chicken in there.
Okay, so you feel pretty comfortable that you are out of earshot. What would you like to say?
He is intrigued by this proposition that he assumes this hellish person has made to him. He doesn't know how to feel about it, but he says the Drift said that the magic is more powerful in the circus. So he has an issue that he wants to deal with, and he wants to see if this is going to work.
Mm-hmm.
He is going to pull out his sending stone and send a message to Malik in Undercommon.
Okay. Oh, Malik. Okay.
Malik.
All right. Well, you have his number.
I have his number. He is going to say in Undercommon, meet me at the circus after dark. We have to sort shit out.
It's currently like 10 p.m.
It's 10 p.m. Midnight.
Okay. All right.
Actually, no, not midnight. ASAP.
ASAP, fair.
He assumes it will take about the length of the show for Malik to get here.
Okay, fair enough. Embarrassingly quickly, he says, "I'll be there."
Embarrassing.
Okay. And you can rejoin the others.
There was a really long queue for the bathroom.
Yanel's come back with a strong-looking cocktail, which is bright pink and topped with more candy floss than you could ever imagine.
That was healthy.
Just like our situationship. Cheers! And they down it in one.
Alcoholic?
That wasn't.
No, is the drink alcoholic?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Great. It looks between them and Velas.
Different drinks, and I just added more.
Hey, I'm not drinking.
No.
I already emptied my flask earlier.
Sorry.
He's like, you can sit next to Erwin.
Yeah. I was going to grab Owen's arm. Owen, can we walk and talk for a second?
Don't miss the show.
Of course.
On the way to the show.
I thought we were in the tent.
On the way to the show. You're on the way. You want to go into the tent now?
I sent Bo ahead with my gun to get a seat.
Okay. I thought they were waiting for you. Sure, okay. So then if
Right. Like the stands.
Let me describe it then, because I was unsure of what I understand now. Okay. As Valis disappeared, you guys all headed off with your drinks and snacks towards the big tent. Seeing that you have the golden tokens on your bands, the rows and rows of clowns and acrobats count so many clowns. So many clowns. All kind of appear before you and welcome you into the tent. Seeing that you have those wristbands, they usher you straight away to the front of the queue. You do not need to waste any time here with the riffraff. You've already proven yourselves to be a cut above the rest through your pie eating, talent shows, and goblin shooting. And you are sort of brought into ignore the watermark on here. I downloaded this map. You are welcomed into a arena which has a few cages on the side. For what reason? It's hard to say. You have 4 sort of like stands on either side. There's a cannon for shooting people out of. There is a tightrope. There are 3 kind of slightly raised stages. And there is sort of like a sand pit on the floor. Poised at all corners of the room, you see people who are kind of almost like those ball boys in tennis who are poised, ready as if to run out and grab if anybody falls or anything. And as you come in, you see there is a kind of like a general hubbub as pretty much everybody who was at the carnival is now making their way up into the stands and taking their seats. There is a row at the very front, which you are ushered to, and you see sitting here The only other person, apparently, who has managed to gather a gold coin for their skills and prowess. Zarina did not leave the circus.
Oh, what the fuck, man?
She actually was enjoying the circus by herself, and you see she has not one but 2 golden tokens on her wrist.
Actually not.
Oh my God.
You're not there, not yet.
Not fair.
And when she sees you all, she looks surprised and then not surprised and says, "Erwin, come sit with me."
I don't have 2 golden tokens.
I know. What can I say? I'm special. And she looks past you and says, "Janelle has one. How's that possible?" And Janelle just says, "Got it at the talent show. I transformed into an oriental short-haired cat." Tabaxi, I can't turn into animals. I turned into something that wasn't an animal. I turned into a creature. There is a guy, and his name was Rosario. And they just kind of keep talking. And it's like, yeah, that sounds about right. I knew it was you in that cow disguise. I don't know why you wanted to deceive me so. And Yanel says, "Can we talk about this tomorrow? Please." And Zarina purses her lips and says, "I suppose that's not up to me. Erwin, do you think we'll be able to make time in our schedule tomorrow? I think manicures, drinks, and spa."
I think she would want to. She's just like, oh yes, manicures, drinks, spas, wonderful. Just kind of forgets what she's doing. She's like, yes, definitely.
Erwin says it's all right, so Yanel, if you like, you can join us. And Yanel says, well, and Dallas, you can come in at this point, as everyone's got their seats, and you see Zarina is there.
He changes tact immediately and throws his arm around Yanel's shoulder. Hey! What are you doing here?
I never left.
Oh.
I was here impressing everyone, actually.
What did you do? Chop their heads off?
You think so little of me, Valis?
No, I think that's quite impressive, actually.
Well, I wasn't going to kill anyone.
You know, Ellie killed a clown.
I didn't kill the clown. I just almost killed the clown. It was an accident.
Oh.
Ellie, sorry, would you repeat what you said? I missed it.
I didn't kill the clown. It was an accident.
Serena gives you a wild look. Damn, Valis. Keep dangerous friends.
Valis startled me, and I punched the clown. You know, it's a perfectly reasonable misunderstanding.
I don't like clowns.
So you admit it, you killed the clown. As
I
Zarina
didn't kill the clown. I just punched him in the face.
Never admit your mistakes.
I didn't say that punching the clown was a mistake. I
need
just
to
said
know
that
what
it was
colour
an
eyes
accident.
she has.
Green.
Oh my god!
So what colour eyes does she have?
Green.
Okay.
Oh my god, slay. Hottie,
Yes.
slay, hottie, slay.
This is why I've been asking questions.
She's so beautiful.
Oh, is next. And I was like, I have to make... they're hot. I have to make them all hot. All of them. Hot, all of them hot. Sexy people.
I'll make like Wikipedia style pages for everyone and you can use them.
It's all of Erwin's love interest.
Zarina!
I was very inspired by your recent drawing you sent me. I was like, I have to draw her now. Right, I'm putting it away so I'm no longer distracted.
Ellie, Zarina looks at you oddly and just says, very peculiar, but fair enough. Well, you all can spend your time doing whatever you wish. I am looking forward to the show.
Are we all sitting together?
You are the only people of the entire attendees who have gotten a golden token.
Ooh.
And as you kind of sit down, there is a hush that sort of falls over the crowds, and you hear. Excuse me.
What's
You
the
see the
order of how? What's the order of how we're all sitting? I want to know who's sitting
Okay,
next
so
to who.
Zarina is on the end with
Mhm,
Erwen, Yanel.
mhm.
I imagine Valis is squished next to Yanel. Then Ellie, Oren, Roland on the end.
Okay.
Probably. And then Bo is just like, I'll just sit wherever there's space. Does anybody want me to put their bags in the cloak check?
Can I
I'm
make that
kidding.
back?
Yeah, they actually no, they didn't confiscate it. He pulls it out from somewhere. There you go.
Cheers. How are you hiding that big man?
Don't want to know. My leg.
In my leg.
My leg. He was like limping slightly.
My leg.
This thing is massive, so that's very impressive.
That's my talent. That's why I wasn't family friendly, you see. Oh no, I don't like that implication. Shoving a blade. Anyway.
What you're into, Bo?
I'm a normal person.
You sweet baby.
He was normal until Valis got to him.
Stop blaming Valis for everything.
But he's so fun to play. Right. The lights
To the toe.
dim, and the crowd falls quiet. A second later, a spotlight illuminates a tall elven figure sitting in a silver hoop, suspended above the center ring by silken ropes. The elf wears a dazzling suit of a diamond pane patterned jacket with long tails. Every other pane is mirrored to reflect the faces of the crowd back. The lights dance off of it. At his back, he wears a pair of butterfly wings, large, and they seem to flap as if real. And he holds in his hand a scepter, which he uses to gesture.
I nudge you now.
What?
I like the scepter.
Oh, God, Valis. And Zarina just says, shh. Welcome, one. Welcome, all, to this evening's extravaganza. I am the ringmaster, and prepare to be delighted. A light, airy voice drifts throughout the tent as the ringmaster throws up his scepter and catches it with a flourish. The moment it taps back into his hand, fireworks illuminate all across the edges of the circus, and you see thrown into view by the light something that wasn't there before. In the sky, ascending with him, in this sort of silver hoop, you see no less than 4 levitating thrones. They seem to be They seem to be carved out of a marble almost. Surely something that shouldn't usually levitate, and they have this aura around them of like glowing light. And Ellie, this might be of interest to you. At the top of the center of the largest throne, you see a circular disc, black and glowing faintly at the edges, exactly like the one that's attuned to you.
Can Ellie
Just
pull hers out of her titties?
Whoa!
Titty
And
disc.
Bo's like, where were you hiding that?
I'm sorry for what I just said.
You pull yours out of the titties.
Is it glowing too, or is it just...
It glows a little bit. And for the first time since getting it, in this magical sort of darkness, that's surrounding the edges of the ringmaster's tent, you see faint runes similar to the ones which, if not exactly the ones, which you found in the, hang on, your hookups. I know his name. Atzelas Ionetti. That was the name of your hookup. Atzelas's research. So, something to ponder on. The ringmaster brings in the first wave of fanfare, which is clowns, Valis, all in large balloony suits. They kind of wiggle as if there's no bodies beneath them at all. Some of them have longer forelimbs than they do legs. Some of them are tall, some are short. Invariably, they are all masked and pale, sickly somewhat. But as they dance around in sprightly fashions, entertaining the crowds by juggling with balls of fire, picking people up and twirling them around and making them levitate from their seats. Valis, one of them does come close enough, but then instead reaches for Oran and reaches out a hand which has 7 fingers and presses it up as if to say, touch my hand.
With the jelly little thing, I'll touch it.
And you immediately begin to levitate off your seat. 10 feet up, your blob just kind of goes blub, 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 as gravity is kind of taken from you. And you join no less than 10 patrons who have been sent up like baubles to levitate through the air, and you sort of swim around a little bit. You have a limited amount of control, and then slowly you are lowered to the ground as the ringmaster says, "Now, my friends, let me ask you, what is the purpose of a circus?" And you hear someone yell out, "Oh, no, Caulifloss! I thought we had him removed." "Entertainment!" a child yells from the crowds. "After 9 p.m, the circus is for adults, darling." No. All wrong. What is the purpose of the circus? To make you laugh? To make you cry? No, friends. The purpose of the circus is to entertain the gods. And he raises his hands. And the gods find nothing funnier than watching puny little mortals ascend to their lofty seats. And the ringmaster jumps from their hoop and slowly levitates down. They hold their scepter above them as if it's kind of like an umbrella almost, slowing their descent.
I'd love to lean towards Roland. I will have congratulated him on getting the winning the pie eating contest. But I would say I love the conceit. That's a great, that's great. Not for us, but I can only admire it. Yeah.
And the Rowan says, "Oh no, it's so interesting." And the ringmaster says, "Throughout the ages, mortals have tried to imitate the gods, tried to dethrone them." And you see 3 figures all dressed. They're clearly clowns, goofish versions of these people, these figures from history. 3 figures. One with a skull for a face, one with 2 blood-red daggers.
I know who these are.
And another who drags extra limbs behind him. And he says, "The dead 3 just award the gods to kill, to murder. And yet, even they fell from their lofty seats." And you see these gods kind of like god-like clowns kind of moving, like undulating their limbs, and they morph into each other. And then, oh, there's a moth. I can survive.
You'll be okay.
It's okay. It's
They're
quite
just
small.
they're just zombie butterflies.
Oh my god, but I hate butterflies. Okay, I'm fine.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. They're just spooky fairies.
Okay, that's a bit better maybe.
Like gothic fluffy fairies.
Ah. As the dead three begin to merge into one another. Oh my god, it's on my ass. Go away. I'm so scared of it.
Just ignore it.
I am. They begin to merge into one another, their bodies kind of becoming one. And then the clown, who is clearly representing a figure you all know to be Bane, pulls out his red dagger, turns to his fellow performers, and drives it through his neck. And blood, confetti, spurt forward. And you see, for a moment, the whole crowd does, and then a smaller clown appears from behind with a big cannon filled with confetti, clearly making up where the fake stab wound was, as one of the gods falls to the ground. Countless times mortals have come close, and yet they have not been able to defeat those who came before them. However, and you see other figures through the clowns, represented through the clowns. Valus, interestingly, you see the Kings of the Messiah represented here. As two clowns on the further end of the tent, and you see Zarina cross her arms like fucking hell. Gross. As they kind of stitched together down the middle.
Can I lean over to Zarina and say they should be making out for realism?
They do start making out for realism. You see Tiamat, one clown body, five clowns undulating her heads as she tears into a huge fabric cloaked clown, at least 10 feet tall, massive cape, all covered in stars. And yet, none have succeeded. But tonight, perhaps, one of you might ascend. And the golden tokens. Here lies those who have excelled in skill, in spellcraft, and in goddamn luck. 3 things we've seen, proven to please the gods. Step forward, those who wish. Best
Orange.
what's waiting for you.
Oren stepping forward. Yeah, this is really
Oren,
cool. Yeah.
But we can't let someone go up there by themselves.
As Arena steps up, I'm not afraid.
And it's like it's audience. This is an invitation to come.
Audience
in. Like,
participation.
if you don't want to, then that.
The ringmaster says, "Oh, but you want to, don't you? Don't you?"
Yeah, I want to.
Who doesn't
don't.
stand up?
Bo doesn't stand up.
Ellie doesn't stand up. Ellie is seems to be just taking notes.
And Yanel will stand.
Does Aaron stand?
Who doesn't stand? Ellie and Bo.
Ellie and Bo. Yanel does.
Serena does.
Zarina does.
Zarina does. Erwin will stay seated. She wants to, watch from a distance.
Okay. Zarina gives you a look like, really? Make a great team. Show me what you've learned.
Oh, God. Like, okay. And she'll get up as well.
Amazing. Okay.
Fine.
Told you I wasn't the real peer pressurer.
4 thrones.
What I've learned.
Oh,
5
okay.
stepped forward.
That's I can chat.
The ringmaster claps his hands and summons you all forwards. From each corner of the arena, you see figures begin to emerge as the clowns disappear, filtering into the crowds. There is a moment of quiet. And then you see elephants.
Oh, not the scene from Dumbo.
Lions.
It's so scary.
Horses begin to run in well-practiced rings around the stage.
You better treat those animals well.
You can check later.
Okay.
Fire picks up on the ground. At first, a light flicker from the candles which surround the stage, until, as you are set upon the middle stage by the ringmaster, it completely engulfs around you, like this. The animals are circling the flames, and up above, 50 feet in the air, you see... Sorry?
Did you just send that?
Oh, sorry. There we go. Sending it now.
Oh my god.
50 feet. You're in the center. 50 feet in the air are the thrones. But you've got to get up there.
Ah.
The first thing we're going to do is ask Abby. Abby, how late can you stay on tonight? 11 is our limit, right?
I could probably go for another half hour.
Would you prefer we wait until the next game?
Maybe.
That's fine. I will say this then. As you guys set up on this stage, the ringmaster lording over you, they jump up back into their silver hoop. We will leave it there for now. Gives you time to strategize, figure out how exactly you're going to get up there.